From the heart of Florida's great Northwest, it's radio. Indeed it is. This is Pat Crawford, hoping you'll stay with us for some music and conversation here aboard our stage studio located in the Museum of Commerce in the Pensacola Historic Village. We've got a great show tonight. We've got a great audience. Tonight, this audience is just yet another example of how beautiful an audience for radio really can be. Thank you. You all were made for radio. We're going to start the show with someone who we have had on Radio Live a few times before. Those of you who have attended Radio Live for many years, you will no doubt remember the group Cicero Buck. In fact, one of their tunes is on our Best of Radio Live Volume 1 CDs. Chris Wilkinson Hughes, the writer and voice of the band, started a project a few years back, writing an album dedicated to her love of her Louisiana home, and My Girl, the River was born. The subsequent album, This Ain't No Fairy Tale, immediately garnered critical acclaim, given 8.1 stars by Paste Magazine and drawing comparisons to Lucinda Williams and Jason Isbell. Chris and her husband, bassist Joe Hughes, were invited to perform at the legendary Isle of Wight Festival 2 years in a row, and they have toured with Radio Live favorite Jonathan Byrd, as well as Laura Cantrell and Suzanne Vega. Described by one critic as possessing a voice like sugared espresso. Please join me in welcoming Chris Wilkinson, My Girl, the River.
Thank you so much. I just want all of you and Pat to come back to the UK with me. Would that be okay? Excellent. Thank you. Covington, you smell like my childhood, full of azalea and pine, where I could go barefoot everywhere and the whole hard world was mine. Covington, look what you've done, ruined me for anyone. I'll be back, hold my place, lay me there when I'm gone, oh, Covington. Oh, 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 oh. Watermelon trucks on the roadside, oysters by the side, like all good seeds on the breeze we leave. One day we all blow back. Covington, look what you've done, ruined me for anyone. I'll be back, hold my place, lay me there when I'm gone, oh, Covington. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, oh, oh. Lee Road will get you to Folsom, Bogalusa on the wind. The boat shoulda gives up her lazy miles, and Covington will give you her friends. Covington, look what you've done, ruined me for anyone. I'll be back, hold my place, lay me there when I'm gone, oh, Covington. Oh, 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 oh. Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm just going to do a little song everyone knows called Tuning. Every artist knows it. Some of us can talk while we play tuning. Some of us absolutely, positively cannot do anything but tune. I'm over from the UK. It's great to be back at Radio Live. I was here when my daughter was 14 months old, so that would have been 2006, the summer. And it's great. My family, my sister and her husband and her girls are here for tonight. I was going somewhere with that, but it'll come back around. But it's fantastic to be here, and I've traveled, and I have a list. I work off a list. Do you have shampoo? Check. Socks? Check. All that good stuff. Well, I got a little bit too big for my britches, and I went off list. So I got here, and I did gig shirt, my lovely red shirt. For those of you at home, my shirt is not red. Forgot it. So I went over to La Bona over here, the little boutique, and this lady set me up with this beautiful top. Shop local. CDs. No, those are at home on the table. So use your favorite way of streaming or buying music. I'll even send you one from England and be very grateful. But yeah. And then, my bass playing husband. Oh, I left him at home as well. He was on the list. Oh, I forgot him. Oh, well, as you can imagine, our lovely daughter Ruby she is now going on 14, and somebody's got to be home to run the show. So I'm off gallivanting, and he is fixing packed lunches. I'm going to play a song for you, speaking of Jonathan Bird, who I absolutely adore and would follow around the world if he would let me and maybe pay me a little for it. He comes to the UK, and I do some support for him, and he sang on My Girl the River, the album. I did an online songwriting retreat with him, and he gave me a title called The Last Branch, and this is what I came up with. Father can't climb, he says that it's time. Winter ate spring, devoured everything. All that remains won't turn into flames. No table or chair, just a bed of despair. Ooh, they need the last branch of the tree. Ooh, they need the last branch of the tree. Give the boy a rope, tie it to our hope, a coat and a hat and the head of an axe. She cries not yet, her cheeks are wet, a goodbye kiss and a mother's wish. Ooh, we need the last branch of the tree. Ooh, we Feel the weight in the air. She holds a lock of hair. He can only pace around the empty space. Now just the two. The boy was the glue, not the prodigal son or the jealous one. They need the last branch of the tree. Ooh, they need the last branch of the tree.
Thank you. Thank you, thank you.
So I'm going to sing a little bit more about Covington, Louisiana, where I grew up. And this song is about what you remember as a child and the things that stand out to you. And then when you go back, they're not quite the same. In the woods behind our house, you could pick blackberries, play hide and seek, look for the boogeyman in the pine trees, in the woods behind our house, in the woods behind our house. In the woods behind our house, piece of property fit for a king. Nothing scary there, just my childhood buried there in the woods behind our house, in the woods behind our house, in the woods behind our house. In the woods behind our house was a motel and a drive-in range, Lost Golf Balls. Neither one of them ever changed. In the woods behind our house, in the woods behind our house, in the woods behind our house. Now there's a shopping mall, no more swimming pool or lost golf ball, no more
Thank you, Chris. And Chris will be back with us in the second half of the program, and the program is Radio Live. Radio Live is made possible with support from South Market Restaurant and Bar, with locations in Pace and downtown in Pensacola's historic district, right next to the Museum of Commerce. South Market is open for lunch, dinner, weekend brunch, and before and after Radio Live on the first Thursday of every month. Information is available online at eatsouthmarket.com. And we love our sponsors, don't we? Yes, we do. All right, I'm really excited about having this duo on the show tonight. Haven't had them on Radio Live before, and this is a real homecoming for them as well. Married songwriting duo Rachel and Stephen Mosley stumbled onto the scene after winning an open mic competition at Zach Brown's Southern Grounds in Genoa, Georgia. The prize was studio time, and they used it wisely to record their first EP at Zach Brown's Crow's Nest studio in Atlanta. Since the release of their album Beneath the Trees and Stars in 2015, they've been busy playing festivals and stages, most recently at the 30A Songwriters Festival, where we caught up with them last month. They were recently featured artists on NPR's Folk Alley and finalists at Eddie Attic's Open Mic Competition. Their most recent album, Ordinary Time, released in June of 2017, was produced by Phil Madeira, who produced projects for Emmylou Harris, The Civil Wars, and Lee Ann Womack. Married for 16 years, Rachel and Stephen have 5 young children and lots of great stories. In fact, let me tell you this. When we interviewed them over at Seaside, John McDonnell, they told us about the children, and then John McDonnell said, "So what are you guys doing these days?" And they said, "You didn't hear. We have 5 children." And I believe it was, I can't remember which one of them was the one that said, usually in the middle of a studio session, we have to stop and wipe somebody. So I don't know how they do it, but please welcome the Mosleys.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I haven't figured out yet how not to get nervous, but you guys just look like my people, so thank you for having us.
Pack it up one last time, we're headed home. It's been a long time coming on this long and dusty road, past the take us far, bring us back around. There's a little bit of everything in the way you look at me. Days fly by like a carousel, colors blurred, hair wild in the wind. It's so fast you can't hold on, burdens pulling heavy at the seams, a whirl in a tidal pool. Pack it up one last time, we're headed home. It's been a long time coming on this long and dusty road, past the take us far, bring us back around. Let's go on home, let's ride our bikes, let's get away from these big city lights. The ties that bind us have turned to set us free. The fears that held us back now keep us company, and we are letting go. They say we can't take it with us when we go, can't take it with us when we go, can't take it with us when we go. Take it with us when we go, can't take it with us when we go. Pack it up one last time, we're headed home. It's been a long time coming on. paths that take us far, bring us back around. There's a little bit of everything in the way you look at me. Days fly by like a carousel, colors blur, they're wildly moving. It's so fast you can't hold on. Curtains pulling heavy at the seams, a whirl in a tidal pool. Say we can't take it with us when we go. Can't take it with us when we go. Can't take it with us when we go. Say we can't take it with us when we go. Can't take it with us when we go. Can't take it with us when we go.
Thank you so much. Like Pat said, we have a lot of kids, and I know that you who are also mamas and daddies too will know anytime anyone claps, it's the mom in me. I also have to clap, so I cannot help it. So yay, you guys, yay. Stephen and I grew up in Pensacola. We went to Booker T. Washington and met there. Yay! Woo!
Just a few years ago.
Just a few short years ago. So, but growing up here, I remember my dad always had a harmonica. My dad is here tonight. He always had a harmonica in his pocket, and I thought it was horrible and mortifying and absolutely embarrassing. And he would play it around, and my friends would see him play this awful harmonica. And now I enjoy doing that to my children as well. And thanks, Dad. I play it in the car pickup line while they're getting in the car from their school, and they die and they hate it. It's wonderful. All right. It's just, can I keep talking? Sometimes I talk too much. Often. I always talk too much. Always. But growing up in
I have never said that. That's not me.
Growing up in Pensacola, we moved from Pensacola to Atlanta, where we lived for 10 years. And just a few years ago, we started thinking about getting back home. And now we live in Santa Rosa Beach, which took us about an hour and a half to get here tonight. So not too far. So close enough to come for birthday parties and all the gatherings. And so we're so happy to be back. But this song we wrote in Atlanta while the idea of getting back to Florida was beginning to spark in our minds. And this one's called Settle.
Settle me down on a piece of this ground. Let me know it is mine. Find me a place that'll settle my soul. Help me know I am home. I wanna catch hold of a burning flame and let it run me out of town. Find somewhere to sit and breathe until I know I have all I need. Settle me down on a piece of this town where they know who I am. Find me a place that'll settle my soul. settle me down on a piece of this ground. Let me know I am home.
Thank you. When we started feeling really restless in Atlanta, we sometimes I have these great ideas, and then after they start happening, I'm like, wait, no, actually, I don't know about that. But my great idea was, let's get a travel trailer, and let's take the kids around, 5 of them. Let's take them around for a year in the travel trailer. And Stephen said, this is a great idea. How about 6 weeks? So we did 6 weeks in the travel trailer. It's about as big as this rug that I'm standing on, and we had 5 kids in it. It was the best ever, and the longer that we get away from it, it was 2 summers ago, the better it gleams in our memories. So I'm enjoying it so much more right now than I did perhaps, but it was such a wonderful thing to do. And people said to us, oh, you guys are gonna write lots of songs while you're out west seeing all these beautiful things with your children. Have you stayed in RV parks before? Yeah. You're about 8 feet from your neighbor, and they don't want to hear you trying to write a song at 8 o'clock at night after the kids are in bed. They do not. So this is the one song that we wrote, and it's called High Places, and it's the first song on our newest album.
The Dakota winds will blow right through your soul. Clean you from the inside and change your mind. I can't tell you how or where to go. I can't tell you how or where to go, but I'm looking for high places and down too long, looking for good graces to lift me up into those high places, then down too low. Stuck inside yourself. All the miles and landscapes I watched alone. I can't tell you how or where to go. I can't tell you how or where to go, but I'm headed for high places, down too long, looking for good graces. Lift me up into those high places, and then down too low. Where the hell am I tonight? 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 Colorado is rushing, rising up to meet you. You don't have to greet her, she'll sweep you off your feet. The steepness of the mountain climb, the fear of coming down too fast. Don't look down, I'm looking up. I'm looking for high places, down too long. Looking for good graces to lift me up into those high places. I've been down too long. Lift me up into those high places. Down too long. Looking for good graces. Pick me up into those high places. I've been down too long. I've been down too long.
Thank you guys so much.
The Mosleys. And Rachel and Stephen will be back also in the second half of the program. The program is Radio Live. We do it live here in the Museum of Commerce on the first Thursday of every month, and then we broadcast encore programs on subsequent Thursdays of the month on 88.1 FM. So tune in. We also have a YouTube channel. You can go to WUWF Radio Live on YouTube, and you can see the videos of all of our programs, previous programs. And we also have that, both the video and audio, available as a podcast. So something else to keep in mind. This next group, I've had them on a couple of times now. I tell you, I stumbled upon them at a house concert here in Pensacola a couple of years ago. Has it been a couple of years? Maybe so. And I was so impressed. I'm always impressed when I see this incredible musicianship being performed by people who, their music reminds me of the music that I grew up loving, and the fact that they were not even born when we started the show makes it kind of even better. The Arcadian Wild began with 3 students from Lipscomb University in Nashville got together after class to jam for the afternoon. 5 years, 1 album, scores of shows, a few million digital streams and downloads, and about 20,000 miles of touring later. The band consists of guitarist Isaac Horn, mandolinist Lincoln Mick, and fiddler Paige Park. You're going to love their sound. They create a sound that is truly their own, and I'm so excited to have them back on Radio Live tonight. Please join me in welcoming the Arcadian Wild.
I'm being followed by the rain clouds. My clothes are soaking up the pain that keeps pouring down. Too much more and I may drown. I'm being followed by the night sky. It stole away my sight. It seems I have lost my way. I need someone to be my guide. Listen to my voice. Close your frightened eyes. Hide behind my love for you. Fear's only a choice, one that we all must make someday. So know you're not alone in this.
Perfect to hold.
they could become. Nothing should stay where they belong. Listen to my voice. Close your frightened eyes, hide behind my love for you. This feels only a choice, one that we all must make someday. So know you're not alone in this. I'm sick and tired of these rain clouds. They cover up the morning sun I so desperately see. Just one tiny glimpse is all I need. A spark of hope is what I'm after. A single day with cloudless skies would surely make a change. A friend whispering it'll be alright. Listen to my voice. Close your frightened eyes, hide behind my love for you. This feels only a choice, one that we all must make someday. Listen to my voice. Close your frightened eyes, hide behind my love for you. It feels only a choice, one that we all must make someday. So know you're not alone in this.
Thank y'all so much. As Pat mentioned, we're the Arcadian Wild. We call Nashville, Tennessee home, but we're always very thrilled for a chance to get to come back and visit Pensacola. So thank you for being here. We're happy to be here. Always a pleasure. This next tune is one that we put out last year on a little 4-song EP that we have with us here tonight, and it's called The Ballad of Donnie Jean. It's inspired by my wife Shelby's grandfather. He was Donnie Jean. And so this story is just inspired by just a few anecdotes I found out about him as a young man and just his devotion to his family over the years throughout the course of his life, and just kind of moved by his story, and the song happened. So I hope you guys enjoy it.
Donnie, you're a fine young man. You're hoping to take them, some sweet thing who understands what this world's about. She's careful with a clever mind, impervious to pick up lines. Just slow down and give her time, I bet she'll come around. Donnie, don't give up on her, she won't give up on you. She's the kind of woman that only speaks the truth. She'll give you blue-eyed babies and she'll raise them real good too. Donnie, don't give up on her, she won't give up on you. Don, you've got yourself a wife. You only had to ask her twice, but rest assured she's on your side until you breathe your last. Together you will build a home, a legacy stronger than stone. You work them fingers to the bone. Donnie, don't give up on her, she won't give up on you. She's the kind of woman that only speaks the truth. She'll give you blue-eyed babies and she'll raise them real good too. Donnie, don't give up on her, she won't give up on you. That sweet thing still holds your hand, just there to help you take a stand. Now that standing's hard, the girl stuck with you through it all, faithful in the rise and fall. Soon you'll hear the master call, and away you will depart. You leave her with a full and heavy heart. Donnie, don't give up on her, she won't give up on you. She's the kind of woman that only speaks the truth. She'll give you blue-eyed babies and she'll raise them real good too. Donnie, don't give up on her, she won't give up on you. She won't give up on you.
Thank you very much. So we are working on a new album, which we're really excited about. We're planning on releasing that full album with all new music early this coming summer. And we just finished up in the studio back in Nashville very recently with all the tracking, so we're really excited about that. And so far we've released one song off of that upcoming album online, and it's called Silence a Stranger. There's a very important comma after silence. It's not silence a stranger. It's silence is the stranger. It's very, very important. We do not condone the first. It does not. We'd like to play that song for you guys, if that's okay.
Silence is a stranger that I've never let inside. I hear him knocking, but I do not dare reply. God knows what he would say if I opened up my door. I'll keep up this clamor so he can't tell me the score. Solitude's an old friend from the other side of town. When it comes across the river, I pretend I'm not around. His voice brings me comfort and his counsel's always wise. I can't stand to face the disappointment in his eyes. gently, never does she shout. But sometimes when I'm weary, it feels good to drown her out. Too holy for my unclean lips. She told me she loved me, but I ran away and hid. I'm convinced she'd do the same if she saw beneath my skin.
The Arcadian Wild. They too will be back with us in the second half of the program. You're listening to Radio Live, coming to you live this evening from the Museum of Commerce and broadcast on WUWF 88.1 FM. We are listener-supported public radio from the University of West Florida. I just want to remind you that the artists here, well, some of the artists here tonight have their music for sale. Oh, my goodness. And I would certainly encourage you to check out the merchandise table at some point tonight, either, whenever it's convenient or on your way out, because it's very important. That's how they help support themselves. And it's important to support these musicians so that we can continue to have them back to be on this show and work for poor public radio wages, which is, none of them are going to make a living working just for us. So we need to help them with taking their music. And it's a chance to take them home with you tonight, at least sonically. Of course, the one exception is my friend Chris here, who is, we know her sad story. And perhaps she will pack more carefully next time when she comes to do the show. But in the meantime, once again, my girl, the river.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Yes, I will pack more carefully next time. I might even bring the husband to play the bass. Yeah, I mean, those CDs, that is $20 I am not going to have in my pocket for that drive back to I'm just kidding. I'm sure you'd buy at least 3 or 4. I'm going to do the title track off the album that we did. It's called This Ain't No Fairy Tale. And it was inspired by the 10th anniversary of Hurricane Katrina, which I'm sure all of you have intimate knowledge of. And with my family, some of them still down in Louisiana, it was quite something. So this song came out of the watching the films and the documentaries that were shown around the 10th anniversary. They stood together in the rain under a heavy sky. 10, maybe 12 people came. All of them wondered why, but no one said a thing. So he took out the ring. He wore a suit, her dress was plain. They stood together in the rain. They both knew that she was not his lover. He would not take her hand. The lightning struck and they all ran for cover, barefoot in the sand. The thunder boomed above the bride and the groom. Dead eyes stared through one another. They knew she was not his lover. This ain't no fairy tale, no two-bit magic. It was doomed to fail and oh so tragic. Bring on the wind and the hail, 'cause this ain't no fairy tale. Well, they never made it to I do, with the hurricane blowing. It turns out that all the rumors were true, and with everybody knowing, there was no choice, no one there to annoy. In the sand they found the bright shoe. They never made it to I do. Never made it to I do. Never made it to I do.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
I'm going to do a newer one for you. This will be on the next album. Oh, I hear train. Oh, they don't have train whistles like that in England. I used to live in an apartment building. It was a tower block in downtown Nashville before downtown Nashville became Pottersville. And it's a cool building, you know, and I thought I'll have the one at the back. Yeah, it's cool, it's great, it's really cool. It's really kind of 1960s, retro-y. I failed to notice the triple threat train track right outside the back. So all the train cargo coming through downtown Nashville as it went across the Cumberland River, you would hear that at 2, 4, 1, 7, didn't matter. Second threat, I didn't clock the fire station. And the third thing was that the dumpster for the entire tower block was right down there. And the truck with the big arm would get it. Kabang, kabang. Sometimes you'd get all three in one night. It would be great. There'd be a 3-alarm fire. Off they'd go. Here come 4 trains. And then it was garbage day. It's really good. Anyway, I'm going to sing you a song, and it's called You Do Not Deserve My Tears. Turning my back, walking away. This is the last time you made me cry. Silent attack, what did I say? I am so tired of wondering why. With each step I say under my breath, with each step I say under my breath, with each step I say under my breath, you do not deserve my tears. They are reserved for those who love me. You do not deserve my tears. They are reserved for those who love me. I cannot control what you think. This golden rule will set me free. I put you on a pedestal. It makes it easy for you to look down on me. With each step I say under my breath, with each step I say under my breath, with each step I say under my breath, you do not deserve my tears. They are reserved for those who love me. You do not deserve my tears. They are reserved for those who love me. Love me, love me, love me.
Thank you. Thank you so much. That's for all of us who can take things personally, rely on other people's approval for our craft and headspace. Thank you. I thought you would agree with me, Mr. Train. I'm just really glad I didn't play that really slow, quiet, super quiet song right when that train whistle came in. So we're going to have a bit of fun. This is my last song. This is also a new one. And I spent many years in Louisiana, and I also spent many years in Nashville. And the vegan is going to sing a song about hot chicken. We can discuss this later, but I have had hot chicken. And you know, Mr. Bassman Joe usually kicks this off. It goes something like boom, 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 boom. So I'm going to do it myself. But what I need you to do is we're going to have a bit where everybody shouts. It goes like this: hot chicken. So you'll know, but there's a little bit of a pause before it. Hot chicken! You got it. I knew you were a smart bunch. Now, those of you at home, I just can't vouch for you, but please do sing along in your living rooms, in your kitchens. Shout out from the bathroom. You can do it. Here we go. You touch my lips with your fingertips. I taste something hot. Is that all that you got? Add a little spice to make it taste so nice. Do you wanna try some of my hot chicken? Folks from everywhere know I like to share. Nothing tastes so good in my neighborhood. Add a little spice to make it taste so nice. Do you wanna try some of my hot chicken? Burn you from the inside out. I make you wanna scream and shout. I make you shake your go and grab a glass of something cool. Don't be a fool. It might make you cry when you try some of my hot chicken. Wake up, little Susie, wake up. Wake up, little Susie, wake up. The movie wasn't so hot, didn't have much of a plot. We fell asleep, our goose is cooked, our reputation is shot. Wake up, little Susie, wake up, little Susie, wake up, little Susie. We got to go. Mama always said, you got to keep your head. Just enough heat to make them move their feet. Add a little spice to make it taste so nice. Do you wanna try? I say, do you wanna try? I say, do you wanna try some of my hot chicken? Thank you.
All right, y'all having a good time? Awesome. I am very happy for you and for all of us. This is Radio Live. If you want to listen to or watch one of these programs that you may have missed or you really enjoyed and you want to see it again, particularly if you're someone who forgot what I told you about, if you have to go to the bathroom, you walk behind the artist, then you have a chance to see yourself on TV many, many times, because we rerun it quite often. So on WUWF TV, we share that TV with the Escambia County But on Tuesday nights and Sunday nights, it's Radio Live Night, and we're on at 7 o'clock. It's Channel 4 and Channel 1004 on Cox. It's Channel 98 on Mediacom and Pensacola Beach. And it's Channel 99 on AT&T, UVerse, and Channel 98 on Spectrum. So whichever cable you have, we're out there somewhere. Or you can go to YouTube, just put in WUWF Radio Live, and you can watch all of these programs as many times as you want to. It's quite enjoyable. You'll really like it. All right, joining us once again, Rachel and Stephen Mosley.
He wore faded jeans and soft black leather. He had eyes so blue they looked like weather. When he needed me, I was not around, but that's the way it goes. Still it all works out. There were times apart, there were times together. I was pledged to him for worse or better. When he needed me, I was not around, but that's the way it goes. Still it all works out. It'll all work out eventually. Maybe better off with her than here with me. It'll all work out eventually. Maybe better off with her than here with me. And now the wind is high and the rain is heavy, and the water rises in the levee. Still I think of him when the sun goes down and never goes away, but it all works out. It'll all work out eventually. Maybe better off with her than here with me.
Thank you so much. For those of all of you that are thinking that we're just the most brilliant songwriters you ever heard, that is a Tom Petty cover. One of our friends called us after we released our album Ordinary Time, and he said, I love your whole album, but that one song y'all wrote is so good. Because Tom Petty wrote it. So he should have read the liner notes. It said so. But.
Right there. But that is available on our album, which is over there. If anyone
Nice,
really
well
liked
done.
it. Thank you. Thank you.
All right. No harmonica.
Nope.
Okay. Yeah. This is called Thicker Than Water.
You live in pictures with a dog I cannot name, friends I do not know. We started just the same, we're different water, drawn from the same well. You're not the You're the one that got away, the spark you held to was taken by the wind, back roads and dirt paths. We wander wild and aimless while we wait. Blood runs thick, thicker than water. The place you left has changed, the bonds remain. Love runs on farther than sorrow. Your chair waits empty. We wait for you. Bed sheet forts we built together. We hid inside them, while clouds and waves of sorrow rolled above. They pulled you out to sea, nobody blames you for the way you went away. I might have done the same. You never were my enemy. Blood runs thick, thicker than water. The place you left has changed, the bonds remain. Love runs on farther than sorrow. Your chair waits empty. We wait for you. So lonely that you must be left alone. An island all your own. I know you're angry. We can take it. You were not all wrong, you are all right. And now we're staring through the fog to see you coming from far off. And blood runs thick, thicker than water. The place you left is changed, the bonds remain. And love runs on farther than sorrow. Your chair waits empty. We wait for you. Your chair waits empty. We wait for you.
Thank you so much.
Well, this is pretty much our date night, so thank you for
Thanks for joining us. You are a bunch of third wheels.
very pleasant third wheels. You guys have
So
not been
nice.
awkward at all, so I'm so grateful for you guys. This has been such an incredible joy. This is the dream of most musicians like us to play.
Have a bunch of people smiling supportively at you and listening is wonderful. Thank you all so much.
And thank you especially to Pat for having us, and to Radio Live and WUWF for all that you guys are doing. And this last one, this is kind of like our ballroom dancing. We figured this out about 5 years ago, yeah. And so it's really super fun that amazing that we get to do this together. And we have a lot of friends that travel a lot and are away from their spouses a lot. And so we were just kind of thinking about them and how we get to do this together. And this next song called Eiderdown is kind of written out of like that idea of what if we didn't get to do it together.
What key is this in?
This ring I've worn for 13 years. The comfort of your steady gaze, the moonlight on your shoulders settled in. Wrap your arms around each other underneath the Eiderdown. Sorting out our hopes and fears. I'm 1,000 miles from nowhere, and you're nowhere close to me, these children at my feet. Your absent-minded grin, singing on the front porch, with tea and a touch of chills. It's turnpikes and red lines, breakdowns and road signs. 100 miles till you make it home to me. Longer days and longer nights, and Vita Valley flights. Deep breaths and hard baths for another time and place till you make it home to me. This ring I've worn for 13 years. The way you know my smile, even when it's hard to find, I'm staying up too late. Hail Mary full of grace. Let you make it home again. Let you make it home to me. It's turnpikes and white lines, breakdowns and road signs. 100 miles till you make it home. Turnpikes and white lines, breakdowns and road signs. 100 miles till you make it home to me. Home to me.
Thank you so much.
The Mosleys. Thank you, Rachel. Thank you, Stephen. Ah, yes. You're listening to Radio Live. Support for Radio Live comes from South Market Restaurant and Bar with locations in Pace and downtown in Pensacola's historic district, right next to this building, the Museum of Commerce. South Market is open for lunch, dinner, weekend brunch, and before and after Radio Live on the first Thursday of every month. Information about South Market is available online at eatsouthmarket.com. I also want to thank the support of our Radio Live 25, the individuals that brought Radio Live literally back from the dead last year and are keeping it going. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. All right. Once again, we've got our friends, the Arcadian Wild.
Whatever you need is on the way, from the absurd to the insane. Remember, I'm a volunteer. I know that your people are people, and I know this should make my day. 'Cause I'm with whom I'd rather spend my afternoon than with an ego that can fill a room. But still all I hear, you better run fast, get it done, even if it takes all night. I don't know what else you can go, but I'm above that. And if I change my mind, it'll be alright. It's not like you got somewhere to be, run fast. Don't forget who I am, and I don't ask twice. Why I ride it with you, mind to read mine? 'Cause I needed that last read, but took your time, it's not like I got somewhere to be. never mind, it's all for you to use. I'm still just a volunteer. You better run fast, get it done, even if it takes all night. I don't know what else you've been told, but I'm above that. And if I change my mind, it'll be alright. It's not like you got somewhere to be. Run fast, don't forget who I am, and I don't ask twice. Why you're at it, do you mind to read mine? Cause I need it that last read, but take your time. It's not like I got somewhere to be. I've got somewhere to be. I'll never get there. I'll never get there while you're stepping on me. I'm caught beneath you. I'm caught beneath your vanity. So why do I keep running? Why do I keep running?
Why do I keep running?
Even if it takes all night, I don't know what else you've been told, but I'm above that. And if I change my mind, it'll be alright. It's not like I've run fast, forget who I am, and I don't ask twice. Why you're at it, do you mind to read mine? Cause I need it the last read, but take your time. It's not like I got somewhere to be.
Thank you very much. So that's a brand new song called Hey Runner. There's also a comma in between that one. What is with us in commas? And that is that song. I'm sure you picked up on it. It's a little bit snarky. Have you guys heard of the Rolling Stones? Yeah, you know them. A little bit. You've heard of them. There's a story of them like showing up at gigs and venues, and contractually, in order for them to play, they had to have M&Ms waiting for them at the venue, which isn't super strange. But the strange part is, all of the blue M&Ms had to be removed. Ridiculous. I know. That's absurd. Anyway, I heard that story, and we have recently started to get into festival circuits and that kind of thing. And there's people who it's their job to just be available to do odd tasks for artists, and sometimes they get really pushed around all day long. And anyway, I just thought that was really interesting. I thought that story was hilarious. And the song is just about the runner, the guy that just has to do all these really weird things for artists. And it's not emotionally charged or deep in any way. It's just, that's what it is. And that song, we're going to release that song this month, in just a few weeks. It's going to be released online. So we're excited about that. Yeah. Thank you, guys. We'll do an older one now, not super old. None of our music is old. This one's called Man in Room 39.
Windowless room number 39 holds an honest man with a thirsty mind. But there are no rivers inside these walls. And so he sings, roaring brooks and cherry trees. This is the place my heart longs to be. The blossoms in the water call to me. His glossy shoes only hold him down. They were never meant to cover ground. So he slips them off, frees his soul, and then he goes to roaring brooks and cherry trees. This is the place my heart longs to be. Blossoms in the water call to me. Remember, a mountain top has no roof, and a home in the wild needs no window. Leave your cage, break your chains, roar your name and sing. Roaring brooks and cherry trees, oh, this is the place my heart longs to be. The blossoms in the water will call to me. Hey, oh, roaring brooks and cherry trees, this is the place my heart longs to be. The blossoms in the water call to me.
You guys are really, really nice. This is good. All right, well, if it's okay, we'll send you home with a couple new tunes off of our upcoming record, if that's all right with you. We'll try to give you two for the price of one and smash them together and trick you into thinking it's one song. But yeah, so the one we'll start the beginning with, however that sentence works, is a little instrumental tune called Stand the Man. And after that, you'll get to hear the Food Truck Blues, which, as you'll learn, is an autobiographical account of my life. So thank you guys so much for being here tonight. We're always grateful to be with you, so hope we get to come see you again soon. Y'all are awesome.
That's actually the key that this song is in. It works out really great.
went to Bible college, but then up and joined a band. Now there's an audience assembled, but not to see him play. Each man standing in that line is here to stuff his face, 'cause he's working on a food truck with that 4-year degree, getting stiff by day and playing shows at night for free. Don't you know that's Nashville, where you gotta pay your dues? Until the band blows up online, he'll sing the food truck blues. Get your grass-fed beef and go downtown to set up shop. Light the grill, but careful not to burn your eyebrows off.
Again.
Drop the fries and see that all the burgers get well done. Try not to kill the soccer mom who wants a gluten-free bun. 'Cause you're working on a food truck with that 4-year degree, getting stiff by day and playing shows at night for free. Don't you know that's Nashville, where you gotta pay your dues? Till the band blows up online, he'll sing the food truck blues. We're all trying to get our bread, pay rent, and just survive. You can't go from fry cook to the Opry overnight. So stay up in that saddle, you may join the chosen few, but for now you'll sweat it out and sing the food truck blues. 'Cause we're working on a food truck with our 4-year degrees, getting stiff by day and playing shows at night for free. Don't you know that's Nashville, where you gotta pay your dues? Till the band blows up online, we'll sing the food truck blues. Till the band moves up online, we'll sing the food truck blues.
The Arcadian Wild. All right. Well, all good things have to come to an end, but boy, we've had a great time tonight, haven't we? Radio Live is a production of WUWF Public Media at the University of West Florida. Our technical director and broadcast mixmaster is Mr. Dale Regal. Our house sound tonight is engineered by Jeff Jordan. Master control this evening is being masterly controlled by Bob Barrett. Our videographers are Teresa Clark, Corbin McCoy, and Chuck Dunlop. Our video director is Quentin Williams. Our house managers are Trish Allison and Jenny McKeon. Our stage manager is everybody's favorite Jewish mother, Enid Siskin. This is Pat Crawford reminding you to keep your mind on your driving, your heart on the coast, and your dial on public radio. Good night, everyone. See you next month.